Hi, this is Tom Morris at planetarybiology.com, and this is another tutorial video for exoExplorer. Today's topic is going to be panels. So let's get exoExplorer started. Now, today I'm getting a notification that there's a database update for exoExplorer. I did just update the database yesterday, so that this message box is telling me that there's an update available. So would you like to do it? Yes, I would. So I'm going to click that. Should take a short time to update the database. We're updated, and off we go. So one of the things I want to do, first thing I want to do with you today is I want to kind of explore this galactic view screen because I think it's pretty cool. What this screen allows you to do, if you click and drag and use your WASD keys, you can roam around the galaxy and look at, the stars and the planets that have been cataloged, exoplanets that have been cataloged. So, this view, doing this just kind of, I have to just tell you, it just kind of blows my mind. So right now there are about 5,500 exoplanets that have been cataloged, and so this gives you kind of a sense of just the numbers involved here, and also gives you a sense of distance. This screen, in order to pack it all in, I had to compress the distances. So the distances are somewhat proportional, but they're very, very compressed. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't see very many on this screen. I want to show you something if I can find it. Yeah, up over here. Look at all of these stars and planets over here. And I wanted to investigate this just a little bit, and let's see if we can find a pattern here. And this is just for fun. Oh, that's a Kepler planet. Okay. And here's more Kepler. These are all the Kepler planets. So maybe my code is wrong in exoExplorer in terms of how I place these stars and planets on this view, but it looks to me like, and I guess I have to do some more investigation on the Kepler project, but it looks like the Kepler project is scanning a pretty tight pipe of the galaxy looking for planets over there. That's pretty cool. Anyway. All right. So, yeah, you can do this. Use just randomly look for planets in the galaxy using this screen. This one shows that this is a planet that is in the habitable zone, and so that's kind of fun. Look at others. This one is way out there. Okay, so it's kind of a cool way to get a sense of perspective of where the planets are, how many are in planet or habitable zones. There's another one I'm just randomly hit. That might be the same one I just clicked before. All right. So anyway, it's a very, very cool view. You can have some fun just scrolling around that and playing with it. But that's a very graphical and visual view and way to look for planets. But probably the better way to do it would be to use the, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to minimize that. I want to bring up this table here. Probably the better way to do it would be to use the database panel here. And now you notice that I've got a whole bunch of columns here, and the one over on the far left is the rank. And that is my preferred way of looking for planets, is is by, you can sort these columns by clicking on the heading. So I've just sorted this one based on rank. And so you can then see that I have certain planets that are ranked highly. These are the ones that generally have, and you look over here, they orbit in the habitable zone. And then we start getting into hot zone, cold zone, and so on, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so what I'm going to do for today's demonstration is I'm going to click on, I'm going to pick a planet. So I'm going to pick this one, GJ273b. I'm going to show you how to go to that planet and do some things. So there's several ways that you can. The simplest way is to right-click the planet, and that will, and then add the selected planet to the voyage itinerary. So there. So now it shows up in the voyage itinerary. You can also, let's just use this one if you want. You can also just drag and drop a planet up here, and that puts it in the itinerary. I want to go to this planet. So how do you go about doing that? Well, right-click on it and select the choice Activate Selected Voyage Leg. And that will take us to that planet. Well, at least take us to that planetary system. And so what I wanted to show you was that over here on the right, so now let's take a look at this panel over here on the right. This is the Voyage Leg Properties bar, and it shows you all of the different properties for the planet that you are on, or the heavenly body that you are on. Now, down at the bottom it says Mission Configuration, Celestial Body Destination. Right now we are on the moon, and by default, when you go to a star system in exoExplorer, by default, it puts you on the moon of the exoplanet, because some exoplanets are gas giants. And so, if they put you on a gas giant with a little vehicle like this, then you would just sink into the mush. So we start you off with a hypothetical moon orbiting that exoplanet. So let me bring this one up here, so you can kind of see where we are. So this perspective shows that we're on near the inner rim of the habitable zone, and we are now on the moon. So let's drop out of here and take a look and see. Okay, so this is according to the table here, this is an M-class star, which tends to be a kind of a reddish star, and we're seeing it here. It's very, very large in the sky because we are very close to the star. We're here. Over here it says planet orbit semi-axis. That's the orbital radius of the planet. We're at about 1/10 of an astronomical unit. An astronomical unit is the average distance that the Earth is from the sun. So we're about 1/10 of the distance of Earth's distance from the sun. So we're much, much closer. And in comparison, Mercury in our system is 0.4. So we're 4 times closer to this star than Mercury is to the sun. So that makes the sun look pretty big. Even though the star mass is about 1/3 of the size of the sun, we're still very, very, very close to the star. So it looks like a big red ball in the sky. But now I wanted to change my destination. I want to be on the exoplanet itself and not the moon. So I'm going to go over here and click on Celestial Body Destination, and I'm going to pick exoplanet. That puts me, it turns out, because the mass, the reason I picked this star is because the mass of the planet is 0.009 Jupiter masses, which makes it's still a big planet. Earth is about, I think, 0.0001 or something. So we're in the ballpark around the size for Earth. And this exoplanet is not going to be a gas giant. That's what I'm trying to say, is it's small enough that it's not going to be a gas giant. So again, this is all imagined. It's a simulation to see what it would be like. So I'm going to pop out here, hit E, pop out here, and I see the sun. I see the sun setting now. One of the things that happens when the planet gets really close to a star, there's a thing called tidal locking, where the one face of the planet doesn't basically have a day-night cycle, because it's locked in one position facing the star. So that's what I just did here. I went over to the panel to the exoplanet properties, and I clicked tidal lock true. So from now on, from this perspective, we're always going. Oh, there goes the moon, which is another weird feature of tidal locking. So we're on this planet. The same face is facing the star at all times. But meanwhile, if this hypothetical moon continues to orbit the planet, and if let's take a look at some things here. Let's remove the atmosphere so we can see the star field behind. So over here it says atmospheric mass as Earth. Let's take that and let's change that into Mercury, which is no atmosphere at all. And then you can see some really weird stuff going on. You see the stars going in one direction, the sun not moving at all, and then you get the moon coming up, sort of moving in the opposite direction. And so it's kind of a trippy experience because it's so different from what we experience on Earth. But that's one of the fun things about exoExplorer, is you get to experience these odd sorts of situations. Okay, I want to show you a couple of other things on the panel over here. We can change the atmosphere. We can change it back to as Earth, and we could make that atmosphere, and as I'm showing you here, it's nitrogen dominant, so it's going to be kind of a blue color, but we could make it, let's say it's a hydrogen dominant atmosphere. It's going to give it more of a yellowy tint, or carbon dioxide dominant. It's going to be more of a sort of a rusty orange tint, like the atmosphere on Mars. All right. I want to change the terrain a bit, just for fun. So I can do that by going up here, where it says exoplanet terrain, and I'm going to pick a different mesh. I'm going to pick metamorphosed. Okay, and then I'm also going to pick a terrain material, which is also going to be metamorphosed. So now when I take a look, my terrain is different now. And so this just gives a little bit of variety in, what the surface of the exoplanet. And you can do the same thing with the moon. It just gives you a little bit of variety. All right. So that's cool. One more thing I wanted to do, and then I'm going to stop. Notice how let's change things. I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to change the atmosphere so there's no atmosphere. So you notice the sky is moving along pretty quickly. You can change the speed with which the sky is traveling by clicking on. Let me show you how I did that again. I go up to Edit, Preferences, and then that shows there's only one control on the Preferences panel, and that's sky speed. So if you've got your sky in a really cool position and you want to hold it there to sort of examine it, just click 0 for sky speed. Or if you want to speed things up, then you can just increase the sky speed. And so that's a fun way of getting the simulation to really deliver in a timely manner and such. I think that's it. Sorry to take so long. Thanks for watching. We're done here. Bye.